Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please, if you are not yet a subscriber on this channel, please consider doing that now. Thank you so much. My last update about Ring of Fire was how Srishti was discovered pregnant, and she was confused that she wasn't pregnant, but Revati was happy and the family were happy, but Ragini believed that Srishti was not pregnant, and the link to that will be in the description box below and it will be up in the card. Let's continue from there. After Vishu checks Shriti's lab report and says that Shriti is pregnant, Shriti was shocked and she tells the doctor that she cannot be pregnant, and the doctor says that she herself got the sample tested and the report is right. Shriti says that she will get the test done again, and Dulari asks Shriti that what is the problem if a married woman gets pregnant. Revati says that Dulari is right and Shriti should accept the truth, and Shriti gets nauseous and she runs to the washroom to vomit, and Ragini accompanies her. Dulari says that Shriti vomiting proved that she is pregnant and no need for the third test, and she congratulates Grandma for becoming a great grandmother to 2 kids. Ragini says that Shriti vomiting is due to tension, and Revati says that it is a pregnancy sign and she has experience about it because she gave birth to Vishu and Anuraj, and Revati remembered mixing a medicine into a juice that she gave Shriti to drink earlier and she smiled. Shriti walks to her room and Baiju follows her, and Shriti says that Baiju must be wanting to ask her questions concerning the pregnancy rumor, but she just wants to tell him that their relationship is above all this and she is loyal to him, so Baiju should not even think otherwise, and Baiju leaves the room. Ragini walks to her room and calls the doctor, but the doctor doesn't pick the call, and Ragini picks the ultrasound report and tears them, and Anuraj asks that what is she doing, and Ragini calls the doctor again and says that she doesn't need any treatment anymore because she feels that she is not pregnant, just like her sister-in-law was proved pregnant falsely. Ragini then walks to Shriti and encourages her that she is on the right path and she should not go away from the right path, and she would get Shriti retested and prove to everyone that she is not pregnant, and Baiju comes there and says that there is no need for that, and he walks away. Vishu sits sadly in his room and Revati walks into his room and brainwash him that he need not to worry because Shriti's baby is his own, and she shows Vishu a wedding necklace and says that Shriti did not remove it when Vishu's death news came, and she was the one that forced her to remove it as per rituals, and Shriti always considered Vishu as her husband. Vishu asks that what about Baiju, and Revati says that Shriti married Baiju only for protection, so Vishu should not worry at all, and Vishu sits confused and Revati walks out. Dulari meets Revati and asks her that why is she confusing Vishu, and Revati says that she is only clearing Vishu's thought and nothing more. Ragini feeds soup to Vikral and asks that what is happening, and Vikral pointed at an envelope, and Ragini picked the envelope and brought out the letter and she read it, and it was Vikral's will in which Vikral said that he wants his property's 10% to be given to his wife and his son, and the remaining 80% should be given to Anuraj and Ragini's child. Anuraj was nearby and he hears Ragini reading the will, and he was shocked and he thought in his mind that he wants his child to be kept away from Vikral because of the way Vikral wants to punish his family by giving them 10% of his will and giving his own child 80%, so he has to do something to keep his child away from Vikral. Helnosh enters Vidvan's house singing, and she tells Vishu that she danced when he was born and now she will dance when his child will be born, and a neighbor lady enters the house and says that Shriti has 2 husbands now, so how would they know whose child is this, and Baiju angrily leaves the place hearing this. Shriti cries, remembering a woman taunting her that Shriti is Baiju's wife, but she is pregnant with Vishu's child, and she drops the food in her hand mistakenly. Vishu sees her and asks if she is fine, and Shriti says that nothing is fine, but she is sure that everything would be alright soon, and Vishu remembered Revati telling him that the child is his own. In the room, Baiju packed his bag and Shriti tried to stop him, but he says that he should have gone long ago and he wouldn't have been humiliated like this, and he brought out the picture of him and Shriti together and he tears it. In the living room, Revati asks Anuraj to call Vidvan and find out where he and Divya are, and Baiju walks down with a bag and Shriti follows him asking him not to go. Baiju got to the parlor and stops, and Anuraj asks that where is he going to, and Baiju says that he dreamt too big and stayed here, but he should have not dreamt of touching the sky, so he would not stay here anymore, and Shriti can stay with Vishu, and he walks away while Shriti tries to stop him, but he refused and he went out of the house. Shriti stands crying and Vishu tries to console her by placing his hand on her shoulder, but she pushed his hand away and she runs to her room. And Shriti cries while remembering her moment with Baiju, his love, his support and everything, and a song plays in the background. Revati walks up to Vishu and brainwashed him to use this opportunity and get closer to Shriti. And Vishu says that Shriti loves Baiju now. And Revati says that a woman's heart is just like a mirror and it would love whoever's image it is seeing repeatedly. So for some time, Baiju was seen in Shriti's heart, but now Baiju has gone and Vishu should go and show Shriti how much he loves her and Shriti would love him again in no time. Vishu walks into Shriti's room with milk and biscuit and consoles her that Baiju left her, but he would always be with her forever and he would love her. Shriti says that she cannot give Vishu anything for his sympathy, and Vishu says that he is taking his right and is not asking for her love, and he would always be with her regardless, and he owes Shriti's hand. Anuraj brought a lawyer to his room and he asked the lawyer to find some solution to keep his child away from Vikral. But the lawyer says that they cannot do anything because Vikral is the child's grandfather. But if Anuraj insists, then he can make a will that Anuraj's child will get into a risk from Vikral. So the child has to be kept away from Vikral. And Anuraj said that will be fine and the lawyer leaves. Ragini hears their conversation and she got angry and confronts Anuraj that how can he try to stop a grandfather from meeting his grandchild and what he is doing is wrong and she would go away from him after childbirth, and Anuraj tries to explain to Ragini but she refused to hear anything from him. Shriti was in her room and she continues crying and she calls Baiju on the phone but he doesn't pick the call, and Shriti's inner self appears and says that Baiju was just Shriti's friend and he protected her as a friend, and Shriti never considered him as her husband and her real husband is Vishu, so Shriti should stop bothering herself, and this got Shriti thinking. Anuraj covered Ragini with a blanket while they were sleeping on the bed, but Ragini removed the blanket and took the pillow, then walked away from the room because she was angry with Anuraj for trying to prevent their unborn baby from seeing his grandfather, and Anuraj watched Ragini leaving the room. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, but I feel like Anuraj's problem is already becoming too much over this their child that they have not even given birth to. If my husband should be behaving like this over a child that is not yet born, there will be trouble. And another thing, some of you have been suggesting and guessing that maybe Shruti is not pregnant or maybe Rebate is the one playing mind game here. So let's wait and see what happens if she is truly pregnant or if Revati is the one doing her own trick again. We all know Revati now with her tricks. And again, what do you guys think about Baiju leaving the house for Vishu and Shriti? I feel like he shouldn't have left. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.